Hi there, viewers and gamers alike out there, and welcome back for another live stream right here in Leo's Let's Plays Alliance of my live stream commentary. And you guessed it. So yeah, I am here. Yippee, Skippy. Yeah, I understand when it comes to this, so definitely. So, why not? Why not? So, yeah, Alex Montgomery, I see you in the chat. How you doing? Yeah, I see you in the chat. What's up? Oh, boy, I miss you. How you doing? Buddy, old pal. Oh, my, and yeah. Welcome to another of my live stream commentary, and yes, and also from where to pick up from where I left off is the one about the conversation with Jelly Star. Hello, Blazer. What is up with thee? What is up with thee? I see you in the live stream a lot now. I see you in the chat, and I'm talking to you live in real time. By the way, I just finished my lunch and I'm good to go. Oh, I feel better. Yeah, I feel better. So yeah, definitely I see you in the chat. I see you in the live stream. I see you there in real time, and welcome to live. Yeah. And if you're wondering how am I doing today, Alex Montgomery, the question I'll give you is this. I am doing all right so far. It's been quite a while since I did my last live stream about the FIFA World Cup, along with the Final Four and the top two. And since the FIFA World Cup is over, but the NFL preseason is about to begin this month, including the regular season that begins in the month of September 10th. That's gonna be on my birthday on a Thursday, and also the first game on a Thursday will be on Netflix for the first time. Usually it would always be on NBC. Last year was on YouTube. Now this year is going to be on Netflix. Netflix is, yeah. Luncheon about Special Olympics Utah State game bowling alley in the Salt Lake City, Utah on Friday and Saturday night. I see. Even though I'm not a bowler, that's fine by me. So, I left it off with like halfway there on these pages, so why not I start off with the likes of you-know-who. It's between Jelly Stara and Silent Bell. And you're wondering what this has got to do with this live stream. And also, before I end the live stream, I have some quick announcements, which I will get to before I end the live stream. Actually, I will make some quick announcements right now and at the end. So this is part one of my quick announcements. So my quick announcements is this. What happened to Summer at Paradise Apartments? Right now, since the FIFA World Cup final is over, I'm able to, I just finished all the videos that I've recorded at Summer at Paradise Apartments. And so all I have to do is just merge into the videos that I need to make, and plus, how does it take place during WWE 2K25, and also as well from that point of on, and yeah, and so remember, so yeah, Summer at Paradise Apartments I'm almost finished or completing the characters. I just need like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, several more characters to install. And then once I'm in it, and all I need is to custom create the title belt singles and tag team titles. So yeah, that's going to be happening. And what about intergender matches, like a man and a woman winning tag team gold, like the ones who try to win the NXT Unified Tag Team titles and the NXT Unity Tag Team titles? Well, yeah, something like that. But like I said, WWE 2K25 will continue somehow, and WWE 2K26 will be the next LP, but it will also be my last. If you're wondering, am I getting 2K27? No, that's it. I'm done. I'm absolutely done with WWE 2K games. I'm sorry. But but I will tell you this. There's one more. I know I'm saving this, but I am gonna say it out loud. My birthday is not too far away, and I did mention about my birthday on September 10th. My birthday is over a month away, and also, also get this, since I started YouTube in 2016, like making videos, this is my 10-year anniversary of being on YouTube. So yeah, celebrating 10 years right here on YouTube, my 10-year anniversary. And yeah, it's just insane. 10-year anniversary making YouTube videos, and my first Let's Play was Star Wars The Force Unleashed. And you're wondering, since this is my 10-year anniversary, I will do the DLC of, because I mentioned about that, well, let's just say the Jura Tempest Federation is going to get some allies besides the one who goes from back of GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Can you hear me now? I don't know. All right, all right. Yeah, you can hear me now. It's just that. Oh my goodness. All right, you can hear me now. That's good. That's good news. That's good news. For a moment, I thought like. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's working. It's just. Yeah. For a moment, I thought it would not work. Yeah, so, well, at least the video is still going, of course. You can actually see it, just not on my tablet, which is completely blank. Well, at least it gives me a good idea that I can see the said live stream. So, anyways, yeah. All right. So, let's continue on. Let's see if I can just dip this. I don't know. Well, that kind of worked. All right. All right. All right. So this is okay. This is what Jelly Star has said. I had unblocked her because I generally wanted to move on and be done with this. Instead, I found that the same pattern was still happening. It didn't stop with the hashtags either. She also began using her similar posting times, usually within 30 minutes from when I had posted at night. YouTube videos and titles. Here's Silent Bell right here. How do you decide what time to upload your stuff on social? Star says nuggets. And she says, I'm NGL. I just post them well. I feel like it's, with a happy face. Usually if I'll do it I do one in the morning and one at the night. Feel like I'm trying to use different hashtags always screws me over. Oh, really? Trying to screw you over? Says the one who tries to copy. You can't fool me, You are unbelievable. Oh, yeah, the Book of Jonah. I remember this. She actually posted that video. And this is what Jelly Star says in her own words. Her last Bible reading video on YouTube was uploaded on May 2nd, 2025. After that, her content mainly consisted of gaming, singing, and compilations. After my Bible reading videos began to perform well, she shifted her YouTube content in the same direction. Look at this. Odds and ends, all in, I have gas. Odds and ends, yes. The Project Diva Vocaloid. She just made her avatar character of a VTuber into a Vocaloid, which is funny you should ask me, which is pretty cute, but not in a way to copy like this. And if you think that's done, look at this. Overwatch, featuring Kari Lupine. Acts 3, Acts chapter 3, Acts chapter 2, Acts of the Apostles chapter 1, Overwatch highlights 1,000 burps. You can see here she begins to start doing Bible reading videos again after mine. See that? See this? You see that? Right there. in front of your gawking eyes is imagine that. I'm sorry if it's a little bright, but like I said, there is nothing I can do. Nothing I can do when it comes to adjusting. Yeah, this is unbelievable. And look at this. Here's Jelly Star says, "Stop trolling me. I ran away from home and became a VTuber. John Bible reading, Psalms Part 2, Psalms Part 3. You can, yeah, look at that. Look at that. See. Bible reading 1 hour, Acts chapter 2. What you're about to read next is a detailed explanation of another incident that occurred after gossip spread between both communities. I was not personally involved in this situation, but moderators from both my server and Silent Bell's server were, as well as Silent Bell herself. You heard me. Herself. Her actual self. And you call that a coincidence? I think not. Hello, Jasmine Uchiha. How you doing? How you doing? You're new, so how's it going? And welcome to my live stream. And this is live in real time. And nice to meet you. Alex, you already said hi to me. You already said hi to me like ever since the beginning of the live stream. So why are you saying hi to me again if you already met me on the live stream? Oh, okay, Jasmine. You just woke up from a scary dream? Ouch. I hope you are going to be all right, to be honest. I pray to God that I hope you're all right. I know that dreams can have some meaning in a way. And when it comes to like what is true or what is not, but we have to be careful. I mean, all right. Yeah, something tells me I didn't like the way it does that to me. Can you hear me now? Oh no. Oh, I hate it when it does this. Yeah, all right. Now you can hear me. Yeah, definitely hear me now. Right. Hate it when this happens. But I'm good. All right. All right, Jasmine Uchiha says, yeah, I'll be fine. Just it was hard to get out of the dream. It was like a repeat of my room and I was not able to open my eyes. It was scary to say the least. Ooh, I feel you. I really feel you on that. Thankfully woke me up from an endless loop. Well, I'm glad that you woke up from an endless loop. Otherwise, you don't want to get stuck on an endless loop on a bad dream now, would you? Like, no, I'd rather not. But I'm glad you woke up, and I'm glad I'm here. I am definitely here. Otherwise, that would have been a problem. Not able to hear me. Can you try to hear me now if you can? Can you? I mean, try to refresh your page. Refresh the page if this happens on my end. Hold on a second. Sorry if this happens because I thought I used my tablet, but it seems somehow. I mean, I thought it would work better on the tablet instead of my cell phone. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, we got it. I had to refresh my page on my cell phone because that way, yeah. That's how it makes it work. That's how you make. Yeah, now you can hear me. I'm glad you hear me. So more drama. I don't know if you can read this but I will definitely say it out loud for you, and trust me, I will read it out loud. This is what Jelly Star says. One of our staff members, Mello, was contacted around 12 a.m. Pacific time by another staff member, Denon, who was a staff member on both my server and Bell's server. Denon brought up contact involving Bell that they were already aware of in her server. The content in question was a lewd video of her asking to go on a walk. Rather than keeping the conversation private, Denon shared it with Mello, and they continued joking about the video in private over the following weeks. No, I don't play Dragon City. No. Sorry, Alex, I don't. Denon became a moderator in my server on March 4th, 2026, and then became a moderator in Silent Bell's server on March 21st, after the initial drama had already started. I personally believe Silent Bell modded him out of pettiness following everything that had happened. This is important because Denon's role between both servers becomes relevant later. And now King speaks on Jelly's behalf. Additionally, after we demoted and banned 2 former staff members, they immediately became staff in Silent Bell's server, despite not previously supporting her community or being active members there. They had each became active members shortly after I banned them. We will get into this after. Look at this. King says, we got a new COD! COD! And then I like being a mod because that allows me to help people. Right. After some time, now Jelly's words, after some time, Denon informed Bell about the jokes that had been made. He also deleted his DMs direct messages with Mello, attempting to cover up his tracks. Instead of reaching out to King or me privately, Bell addressed the situation publicly by making a social media post criticizing my staff and her server and continuing to speak about it publicly. Following that, members of her community began harassing our moderators and trying to stir up the situation in my Discord server. And this is what she says. Like I said, I don't know if you can read it. It says, I know it says it right there in my face. Like right there in my face. There it is. Hope you can read it. Like just small enough. But I'll read it to you anyways. Silent Bell says, that was like a post of 3 weeks ago. I have decided to remove most of my old content from before I gave my life to Christ. Some individuals have decided to dig up old content and mock me. These people also call themselves Christian. I don't regret leaving that stuff up because it is very clearly shows what Christ has pulled me out of and the work he has done within me. Even just sitting here myself and rewatching stuff as I'm deleting, I am truly blessed. God has done so much for me and I cannot thank him enough, and no amount of rejoicing covers how thankful I truly am. Some people just can't stand to watch others grow in Christ. Instead, they feel the need to mock and be inappropriate. Check your own heart if you're going to do that and still be with confidence say, I love Jesus. Notice that this leaves out an important piece of context. The situation began with the actions of her own moderator. And guess what? I had to find out on her community post myself. This was before I found this post on Jelly Starra's YouTube channel. This was before I found this post on Jelly Starra's YouTube channel. This was before I read this whole thing. Because like I said, I knew that something's wrong. Something's really wrong, and I don't know what. I don't know how or why, to be honest. But to be honest, I knew that something's off in Silent Bell's Discord server. I don't know what, I don't know why, but somehow I knew something was off over there. So I had to dig for myself to go into Silent Bell's YouTube channel and find one of her, and she didn't even take it down. Perhaps it would have been best, she would have said something about, yeah, I know about Bell's previous life before Christ. I think I was there when she kind of began to be a Christian, and I used to be a mod myself. Are you serious? Are you serious, Jasmine Uchiha? Are you, wow, you used to be a moderator yourself? Wow, that is shocking, but I think I truly believe you. I'm not saying I'm going to disagree with you. I do believe you. I mean, I honestly believe, I know Silent Bell wants to be a better person. If she would have, she could have taken down her old content back on her YouTube channel and not have it post up on her community post, because it would have been better. I mean, if you leave it up there, then why would you want to leave skeletons in your closet in the first place? Wouldn't it be better if you have remove it and not have skeletons in your closet? Because the moment I'm going to dig it up is the moment that she still has skeletons in her closet. And that is not a great part on her. She may have moved on, yes, but her community posts of what I see did not. The same thing that goes for Rev Says Desu, I'm afraid. He has not removed his videos because he's still got skeletons in his closet. Plus, he just used a character of a girl, Nico Yazawa from Love Live, instead of a male character instead. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Hi, Stephen Montgomery, how you doing? It is just insane. It is absolutely insane. Look at this. You are to deliver this man to Satan for the destruction of the flesh, so that his spirit may be saved in the day of the Lord. 1 Corinthians 5, verse 5. And there's, like, right there, 736 likes, 3,964 videos, and look at that. And now Jelly Star's words. Additionally, Silent Bell posted this on her YouTube channel the same day she made her statement about the incident. While some may say it's a coincidence, the timing is noteworthy since both posts were made not long after each other. If this post was connected to what happened, I would like to clear up a few things. One, this verse is about church discipline and was not meant to be applied to personal conflict. For context, Paul was addressing a church dealing with someone living in serious, unrepentant sin who refused correction. The church's intent was to encourage repentance and help the person turn back to God, not to publicly shame or condemn them. Using this verse to addresses a disagreement between two people takes it out of context. And for that, she kind of left a skeleton in her closet. Jasmine Uchiha, you said, she demoted me because she said I was too emotional and I kept leaving the Discord server due to feeling either unwelcome or it was too much to be a mod. Wow. I know how you feel on that one, Jasmine. I really, truly know how you feel. And to be honest, let's just say, I wasn't a moderator on her Discord server or on her YouTube channel because, most likely Discord and YouTube. I mean, it's all right to have emotions. I get it. Why? Because God gave us emotions, but He also gave us free will for us to choose. And Silent Bell just say to you was too emotional because you kept on leaving the Discord server due to feeling either unwelcome. Like, what? No. That is, look, if I were you, Jasmine, if I were you, and I know I have a Discord page, and which I do, and if I were you, I mean, I myself would like to welcome you into a Discord server that you will feel welcome, because to be honest, you wouldn't be feeling left out. I mean, as much as, like, for example, let's just say, Darling Straub's Discord server has so much rules and tells you need to input into your phone number to get in. It's like, what? You want us to input our phone number because of this? Are you kidding me? Why would I want to input my cell phone number or my phone number to be a part of Darling Straub's Discord server in the first place? You got to be kidding me! I'm not doing this! There is no way. There is absolutely, positively no way. Not happening. It is just absolutely insane. I'm not doing this because of what just happened, okay? I'm doing this because I care. No, Alex Montgomery is not a bot. He's a real person. Just to let you know, Jasmine, I promise you that. And number 2 of what Jelly Star says, church discipline is meant to happen after biblical confrontation has taken place. In Matthew chapter 18, verses 15 to 17, Jesus instructs believers to first go to the person privately, then with witnesses if needed, before involving the church. This post was made before anyone had the opportunity to have the conversation, let alone make us aware of what was going on. In other words, what she is saying, she wanted to go talk to her in private or in a group chat, first in a private direct messaging, and then into a group chat to have some witnesses before making assumptions. Instead, it just happened. In other words, we were judged before they get to know what happened. Do I play Uno? I play Uno, just not the movie. Okay, and finally, number 3 is what Jelly Star says. I'm sorry, I know if you can't read it, but I will definitely tell you from what she is saying on the text. It is just unbelievable. Wait, I think I might have an idea, but give me a moment so I might have I might have an idea. Hold on. Let's go to. Hold on a second. Hold on. Man. Hold on a second. It's not going to work on Notepad. Wait. I have an idea. Blank. It's not going to do that for me. Jeez. Something tells me it's not gonna let me. As much as I want to try to insert. No. All right. I get it. So much for that, which I can't even do squat. Wow. I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Somebody would say, "Hey, don't you have Microsoft Word or something?" Like, maybe. I'm just trying to. Hold on a second. Hold on. Just. Uh, what do you know? I can finally see on my tablet. That's funny. That is absolutely funny. Yep. Yep, I got it. Yep. All right, finally. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know if you can see it, but. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, finally. Those words appear. Finally. Yeah, finally got it. Wow. I thought my cell phone had issues. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I thought my cell phone has issues, but boy, that's the live stream is a problem. Okay, yeah, now you can read from what she said. I mean, I know the live stream's going to be archived, but if you have the time, just pause it and I can highlight it for you from what it says right there, right in front of you. There it is. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? Man, I hate tech issues on the internet in my end, not yours, just on mine. I'm not going to end the live stream when I say it's over until it's over. So don't believe me when I say this. So believe me when I say this. Okay, now let's discuss the, okay, so yeah, as Silent Bell mentioned earlier, yeah, she stated that I acted out of, go, yeah, you can do that, you can do that. There you go. Sorry. My end, and if there's a problem on your, just refresh it and I'll do my best. She said, this is what number 3, Jelly Stara. As Silent Bell mentioned earlier, she stated that I acted out of anger and was being hypocritical. However, I choose to handle these concerns privately for months, and multiple attempts were made to make peace before ever making them public. This wasn't my first response, it was my last resort. In contrast, based on the public posts and statements shown throughout this document, readers can decide for themselves whether that same approach was taken from her end. Let's discuss the outline of how believers should handle conflict with one another biblically. The conflict outline. Right here. Take initiative. Yeah. Take initiative in making things right. Matthew chapter 5, verses 23 to 24. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. 2, keep the matter between you and the other person. And in Matthew 18, verse 15, if your brother or sister sins, go and point out their fault just between the two of you. Number 3, if they won't listen, bring 1 or 2 mature believers. Matthew 18, verse 16 says, but if they will not listen, take 1 or 2 others along, so that every matter may be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. Number 4, if they still refuse to listen, bring the matter before the church. Matthew 18, verse 17, it says, if they still refuse to listen, tell it to the church. Number 5, if they continue to refuse correction, they are to be treated as an unbeliever. And in Matthew 18, verse 17, remember, if they, and that was part B, part A, this is part B. If they refuse to listen even to the church, treat them as you would a pagan or a tax collector. And number 6, if they repent, forgive them and restore them with grace. And in Luke chapter 17, verses 3 to 4, it says, if they repent, forgive them. But instead, this happened. And this is what Jelly Star's boyfriend says, text in green. This goes back to what I said regarding Poet's message. Without speaking to us directly, they were quick to anger, they condemned us publicly, and it led to a lot of judgment and harassment in return. Had we done the same when we were initially hurt, they would have not appreciated either. Instead, we have stayed quiet, endured the harassment, and turned the other cheek, despite knowing that the full story was not shared. Direct messages between Mello, person 1, and Denon, person 2. Denon says, Mello, don't forget you're going on a walk and with a leash, 5 to 10 inches as well. Mello, take blank for a walk. Here are the messages between Mello and Denon before and after. See that? In the second image, you can see Denon attempting to cover up his messages after throwing my staff under. Yeah, I had to refresh mine now, don't I? Oh, the stinking Wi-Fi problem is always a literal thing when it comes to that. Oh my. Okay. Like I said, I'm not ending the live stream because of what is going on. The technical difficulties on my end first. Ugh. Okay, this is what it says, Denim. Thanks, Jasmine. I'm glad you stayed with me. And thank you for staying with me throughout this live stream, and I really appreciate it. Denim VA says, completely unrelated to my resignation, but I have to say it. I know we're friends, but I saw today what you and King were posting about Belle and her old content on your server, and I understand it seems funny and all at first, you know, the walk and all that, but I don't think it's correct to dig someone's past just to make fun of them like that. I know you and King don't like Belle, but I don't think that was much Christ-like, and I felt honored by it as her friend. I know this is a big of a hypocrisy coming from me, but I felt bad by it. A bunch of Psalms make my point clear, for example. Ah, really? Really? Oh, says the one who tried to dig someone else past. You think I'm not going to find out from what's going on, Denon? Along with you and Silent Bill? You can't fool me, Buster! You're not going to fool me! And now you're putting up Psalms, the book of Psalms, the book of Titus. Really? And you're just giving out of like scripture. Really? You want to admit, you don't want to admit, but want to admit by putting up the scriptures. First, by not admitting it. I don't know how to say this, but what the hell are you trying to do, man? I know the words hell is in the Bible because believe me, it's true. The same thing word for the name donkey is also the same way when you say like, oh, riding not the jawbone of an ass. So yeah, it's a donkey. There you go. It's found in the Bible, trust me, it's there. I mean, if you know about the King James Version. Yeah, there's the American edition. Right. Yeah, now Mello says, I understand where you're coming from, and honestly, I don't completely agree. I know making fun of someone isn't exactly Christ-like, and I won't pretend that it is. Oh, really? So don't pretend? That said, my issues with Belle aren't because of old content alone. I had a lot of problems with her behavior over time, and that shaped my opinion of her. I also want to be clear that I'm not trying to harass her, attack her directly, or use any of this to get back to her. The jokes and conversations have stayed with a private circle and will continue to stay like that. It's no longer private anymore! Because she could have taken that down! Instead, she has skeletons in her closet. And so do you guys. Why couldn't you take it down in the first place? You are unbelievable if I ask this. Thank you, Mello. I appreciate you being honest about it. Yeah, look at that. Respect that you're her friend and they'll seeing it bother you, yeah. Yup, I love you as a brother in Christ. I know my recent behavior has been disappointing to say the least. If any more of my behavior has been bothering you currently or in the future, let me know. Oh, look, I've been praying about this for a bit now, and honestly, I'm closing all the windows here. There's a door now. I won't close it this time because Christ taught us how to forgive each other. But I will say that if anything this happens again, I will be closing the door and there will be no return this time. May God enlighten you more, Mello, and the same for me. Page 65. Look at this. Are you guys able to pick up a new mod, says Denon? Because I've been feeling like I can't help much and I don't want to waste the mod role that someone could have and actually help. I've been feeling like that since I started working, but I can't catch up with stuff and I don't have any opportunities to help. And look, it's Nimcat. Nimcat. Listen and listen well. I take these words from King himself and I shall say my own piece as well. We chose you guys for a reason. We choose you guys for a reason. We choose you guys for a reason. We chose you guys over the others. If life is getting in the way, let us know. The last thing we want for you is to feel like this is a obligatory thing you have to do. If you feel like a burden, then talk to the others. We'd be happy to give you opportunities and getting you out there. No matter how you look at it, we can't all be there at one time, one place. Even from someone like me, sometimes I feel like I can't help much either. But it's all about quelling that thought and putting your foot out there one step at a time, you know. Nimcat is right. And Denim says, I guess, yeah. And that's what I've been trying to do for the past 3 weeks. But I feel bad because someone could be doing this in my place, and I'm just there, basically existing like if I had the role just because y'all trust me and not because I will actually help. Nimcat said, if someone could be doing it in your place, then it could have happened now. But we know enough about you to know. We know enough about you to know that you have work and you are still trying your best for us. Means the world to us, brother. Uh-huh. So these screenshots were taken the night before Silent Bell made her public post. At the time, the situation had been handled privately and appeared to be mostly resolved. In the screenshots above, Denon expressed his desire to step down as a moderator, which he later did. It wasn't until Silent Bell's public post was discovered that the staff realized Denon had shared information in a way that damaged trust among the moderation team. As a result, he was removed from the server. Following this, an announcement was made in our moderator chat asking staff to remove Denon as a friend because of the division and drama he had caused. Instead of hating my administrator's warnings, 2 of my mods, Sausage and Timbo, yes, Sausage and Timbo, the traitors, the double crossers, not double O agents, double agents, not double O agents, double agents. Wow. Wow. Sausage and Timbo. After the staff team became aware All right, is it fixed? I hope. All right, is it? Yep, got it. Yeah, I had to press the button on my tablet and have the mic work. So that way it'll work, yeah. Do I watch James Bond movies? Yeah, I do. I mean, not saying I don't, but but we're not talking about James Bond, Alex. We're talking about this, if you like to know. So yeah. Unbelievable. At least I'm able to watch it on my cell phone on the chat and besides the one on my laptop computer. So yeah. So yeah. Shortly after Sausage and Timbo were removed from my server, Silent Bell added both of them to her moderation team. I'm glad to announce that Sausage is our new event leader. Whoa, you're dark blue. They also began to discuss the situation publicly in Silent Bell's server channels. Look at this. This chat isn't as fast as that one, but I hope you enjoy your stay. Oh, really? It's okay. I think me getting my role removed was a sign from God that it wasn't my place to be. Oh, really, Jackwagon? Shows their character, to be honest. Well, let's not discuss this in general chat. Too bad! It's already been discussed, and you've been found out in a grab me gotcha moment. Yeah, you were in complete shock. When I read this, I'm in complete shock too. It's just unbelievable. All that matters is doing right by God, Denon. God bless you, bro. I think for me it sucks because I can't name names due to not wanting to make a big whole hoopla, but I just pray for the other people's discernment on the individual. Wait, I'm confused. Why was my message deleted? The individual featured in the video is not someone I personally get along with. That is all I will say, and would rather protect my peace. I wish them well and pray for their journey with the Lord. Thank you for your understanding. She also mentioned me directly here because someone posted my collaboration testimony video from YouTube. People were beginning to put two and two together. Members from their side began harassing both me and my community, and I never saw any attempt to stop it or encourage people to leave the situation alone. Instead, people started making their own conclusions after only hearing one side of the story, which also left out the fact that one of Silent Bell's own moderators had been making fun of her too. People then joined my Discord server to harass my moderators and members, and I also started receiving harassment on my social media posts. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Look at this. The real Technicus forwarded MSG M Sergeant Razor. Look at that. And there's Winter Boy Music. Winter Boy. Ironically, some of the people who were banned for harassment and poor behavior later began harassing me on my social media, reinforcing why those bans were put in place to begin with. Again, these people only know one side of the story. Additionally, one of Silent Bell's moderators entered our server as a quote, joke, end quote, while drama is actively happening because apparently that was supposed to be funny. When questioned, he lied about why he joined the server. This is where King, my boyfriend, Jelly Star's words, gets involved. At the time, I was focused on working on a video collaboration with a YouTube friend, as well as a video of my own that I plan to release alongside it. Because of this, I wasn't fully aware of everything that was happening behind the scenes, which I'll explain shortly. Look at this. There's King. This is his words. And Knight says, do what? Says, I'm confused. You're staff for Bell. Are you not? Oh, yeah, I'm Hereditor among others. Oh, really? Yes, I know who you are, LOL. I wouldn't have direct message otherwise. No, you're fine. And look at that. And this is King's words in green. I knew he was pulling my leg here. I approached him with respect and to speak as adults. When I saw that his intentions were malicious, I sent that cat GIF to show my displeasure, pulled away from the conversation, and still treated him with love nonetheless. When Denon confirmed it, I found it childish, but didn't let that change how I treated them. And now Jelly Star's words. The next screenshot shows the direct messages between Denon, Silent Bell, and King as they attempt to resolve the situation. Look, here's Denon. Look at the words. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the words as you are seeing right in front of your eyes, right there, right now. If you have a cell phone, you can zoom in, but if not, try and do your best by if you can. I mean, whether the and I know this live stream will be archived. Yeah, Denon. Oh, it was pretty open. That was too much info for just anyone to know, but that's beneath us now. It's clear that enough information was shared for people to join the server and harass me on social media. So no, this was not kept private. Not. I repeat, not. And look at this. I'm aware some people left Star's server due to what happened to me, like Timbo and Starflower. Don't you mean Sausage? But some disagree, but I don't regret what I did, and out of respect for the situation, I made sure it would be all settled through direct messages and no public drama would happen. Too little, too late. Denon, Sausage, Timbo, you're all jerks. You call yourselves Christians and you want to deny this and helping Silent Bell and by like, why don't, it's almost like saying, why not we give the United States a black eye? You want to give someone the black eye because of this? No, I just want to prove, I just want to give them a bruise. But so that I won't be accused, which I would use, let's just say, plausible deniability. Man, you talk about showing your true colors in record time, you dinguses. And this is King's Words in Green. Alex, we're not talking about that. I'm not sorry, but we're not talking about that. Don't do that. We're not talking about the elections or somewhat. Please, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, Alex. This isn't the time and place. I'm sorry. We're not doing that. This kind of hurts, to be honest. I'm friends with Denon and Iron from Bell's server since we get along very well, but hearing all this made my mind switch ideas. I know. I mean, I wanted to be friends with Bell so much. Maybe I could like help her out, but wow, you are friends with Denon and Iron and remember, this is from Jelly Star's YouTube post, and this was completely printed out from what I'm seeing. And this is the statement from King's in Words in Green. I stand by my statement here. It is one thing to feel true remorse and to feel conviction. All right, can you hear me now? Because now that all right, good. Thank you very much. Hurts because Denon is very kind towards me, so to read what he wrote hurts a bit. I know, right? I mean, I read the whole thing, and I don't mind sending this link that will be on my. Once I end the live stream, I will post this plus the Google document that is being shown by Jelly Star herself. Of course, I only live stream one half of it, and this is the second half of the live stream, so you'll be able to see. It kind of cut me off while I was reading the paragraph. I said, I felt both and have since taken time to grow to help my fellow brothers grow as well. What Denon came from a place of cowardice to avoid responsibility, throw others under the bus, fan the flames, gossip, and more that's shown later on is dishonorable. At the end of the day, discord isn't my life. I am not afraid to be judged by others when I do wrong. I want to be called out and held to higher standards. It's the only way I will grow. Had things been handled properly, I wouldn't have hid from the consequences. The path that Denon chose was harmful to everyone included. Another reason I did not respect Denon's decision is because for months he was a lead factor in creating that sort of environment. As shown below, I generally trusted him and saw him as a brother, but there was something nagging me in the back of my mind as well. Look what he said right here. I would appreciate if I do get the Google document so that I can understand her side and then try to find Belle's side. I'm someone who needs both sides of the story to make a judgment. You know what? I will do that. I will definitely will do that. Once I end the live stream, just give me like 5 minutes or less to post the Google document of Jelly Star's experience with Silent Belle, and then you might hear of Belle's story. I mean, I was posted from Belle's story about what happens. Like, really? I think you can find it. I'm trying to look it up on my laptop, but it kind of didn't work. When I looked it up on my cell phone or tablet, it actually worked, which is kind of funny how it worked like that, but not on a laptop. Like, okay, that's new. And don't worry, Jasmine. I mean, you have choices, you have free will, and there's no one who can stop you. But all I can say is, I'm not trying to take sides, but I'm definitely trying to definitely try to support. But the only thing I want to find out is the truth of what is behind the scenes. Look at that. Yeah, Denon. Well, I feel like the most useless double agent ever because I'm working for both sides but won't betray any. Oh, really? Won't betray any? Yeah, for me it's just disappointing, and I agree with King right there. Look at that. Look at that. When we started all this, I was truly excited to see how Star gets along with others and how we can spend God's love. Spread God's love. Not spend, spread. Belle was someone I respected as well. With everything that happened, it just sucks. But it is what it is. I personally just want things to move on and keep it at that. Yeah, but again, we have no issues with you modding there. I give you my trust and I am confident with all will go well. King, my mouth is a tomb. No side shall suffer because of me. Wrong! Messages between King and Silent Belle. Hello, Philip. Welcome to the live stream. You showed up like around 90 minutes late, but you are here. And look at this. This is what Silent Belle is saying to I'm getting really sick and tired of this. It happened again and again and again and again and again. Never gets old. Yep, volume's back on. Unbelievable. It interrupted me when I want to say, from King Silent Belle's words. As Hi King, I just wanted to say disappointed in everything I thought after our conversation. We go separately, peacefully, but to see you and other mods bringing up my old content to make fun of me is sickening. That is highly unchristlike and it hurts. There is zero reason to do that. And receiving old stuff that was said in regards to me supposedly copying a cross necklace absolutely did boggle my mind considering. 1, it's a cross necklace not owned by anyone. 2, my 2.0 design was being made in September of last year and I got a cross adding during the process because I wear the exact same one IRL. Besides the point, I'm most hurt at the behavior displayed that by those that claim to love Christ. I've ignored and stayed in my own lane. I've sent no one to harass you guys, so generally I don't know what happened there, and for that I apologize. but the one I don't even know about. I'm just severely hurt by this behavior, and I know for a fact that the Holy Spirit is upset at this as well. I'm also very put off at the blatant copying of my thumbnail and title of my testimony video. Given circumstances between our servers, this was not a by chance thing. It was decently obvious from my view and my team. Oh, really? King says, I had hoped you'd be mature enough to address your wrongdoings as well, but as I have speculated from the beginning, you don't seem like the kind of person that can admit to their flaws. If you would like to argue those points, it's a waste of time. There are countless claims we can go over and discuss, but that benefits nobody. If you truly want to, though, we can. I find it pointless to beat each other with a stick when we are both flawed, but as you have your points, I have mine. Jasmine, you say, this kind of bothers me cause for the harassment. She should have addressed it when she spoke about Jelly. I know, right? It's just shocking. I read the whole thing and it's just, why didn't she do this? Why couldn't she admit this? Now she says, all I want is for y'all to stay out of my business. Denon made the decision to show me everything. Prior to that, I was fine. Even if he started one of the jokes, I expressed that it is hurtful and not nice to do to anyone. My old content was left up as proof of my testimony to clearly show where God brought me out of. No other intention aside from that. I'm not here to gain anything but to simply be left alone. Any alternative accounts or alternate accounts you or other mods may have, I don't want in my server, and I pray you respect that wish. I'm in my lane and wish for y'all to stay in yours. You are no better than me, and I am no better than you. King says, your wish is my command. Though as far as I'm aware, the only reason this became a big ordeal is because you chose to. What one thinks or does in private is just that. Regardless, I pray you the best of times and blessings. I hope this is our last time interacting with one another for both of our sakes, and may God lead us both towards growth because we have a lot to work on individually. God bless. It's also hypocritical to call it copying when Star didn't have you in mind at all regarding her testimony video. That's the last thing I thought you would bring up, but I'm not surprised. Since you brought it up, however, I can bring up the many times your content was taken directly from hers, your social media hashtags. Oh, so you're now trying to fight back by saying, she copied me. No, you copied her. No, you copied me. I mean, who's the one who started this? You can't just say, I copied her and she copied me. No, 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 no. What the hell are you trying to do? I know I read your side of the story, Belle. And also, I found your old content. And like I said, as a 00 agent, I will find out the truth. And you still got skeletons in your closet. Like Rev says, Desu. Oh my gosh. I know that's Belle for you. Telling that's a sign that it's evident even now instead of just seeking to grow and move forward. I mean, why can't you just like not copying and all of a sudden like come up with the ideas instead of like, look, a person like God created in our own image would say like you can create, you can like do something, but you're not supposed to steal and make a copy like someone else's. Side note, this is King's words. You won't see me say that's unchristlike often. I despise that argument. It is a trap. And we all know it. We are all sinners. We are all flawed. We all walk away from Jesus at times. We all walk towards Jesus. To use the argument it's unchristlike, quote and end quote, is cheap in my opinion. It can be used on anyone. And the times I see it get used, it's used as a way to belittle others. We are not called to put others down. We are called to put ourselves beneath them and lift. As far as the claims she made, Denon and I once had a discussion regarding Belle copying Star, and upon seeing her latest model update, I stated something. See, I'm not perfect either. I stated something along the lines of, she'd never had a necklace before, teasing at the idea of more copying. Denon agreed at the time, and this was over 3 to 4 months ago. To focus on that despite everything else going on felt ridiculous to me. My statement, you don't seem like the kind of person that can admit to their flaws, stems from repeatedly seeing her hyper-focus on negative comments in her social media when someone says something that's taken as criticism, an insult, or similar. She almost always focuses on that and responds. As a creator, most of the time, you have tough skin to avoid negativity, or you take criticism and grow from it. When someone can't look past criticism, it usually indicates a few issues. A few things to address here. 1, she says she stayed in her own lane, but I don't agree. Even after more obvious copying stopped, she still kept referencing my content. Now this is Jelly Star's words. 2, I don't agree with the gossip that was happening, and my mods and I had a conversation about why it was inappropriate. They understood, took accountability, and we agreed that it shouldn't have happened. And 3, lastly, I don't know why I caught a random stray. I didn't post my own testimony video out of spite. I was already working on a collaboration with a YouTuber who shared a story before, so I released my own video alongside. It's as simple as that. Additionally, I made multiple thumbnails and titles that were being tested at the same time on YouTube, so any similarities weren't intentional. The Christian VTuber who lost everything, Yaman and Jelly Stara. I lost everything to follow Jesus, my testimony. I also think it's ironic that she accuses me of copying her when she's taking inspiration from or outright copied many things I created on multiple occasions without giving me credit. The final straw funneling members. July 3rd, 2026. We discovered that Belle's mods, Denon, Sausage, and Timbo have been funneling our active members to Silent Belle's server. In other words, extraction. These moderators were all promoted by Silent Belle after our conflicts. Denon was later revealed to be acting as a double agent, while Timbo and Sausage were promoted in Belle's a day after being demoted from my server during the moderator drama. 2 of these mods, Timbo and Sausage, were shown grace and allowed back into my server before we found out what was going on. This is important because Denon Belle stated that they wanted all staff removed from both servers in their direct messages with King. After noticing that multiple members were leaving at once and making comments directed toward our staff, we felt that something was going on. The evidence below gathered over the past few days shows that our suspicions were correct. Here you will see a pattern of members speaking negatively about our server and staff based on the information they received following the moderator drama, as well as evidence of Denon and Sausage attempting to funnel active members from my community into Silent Belle's server. Let me translate those words one more time. Extraction. I repeat, extracting members. Because I know this. This was the point where the conflict stopped being between creators and began affecting members of my community who had nothing to do with it. On top of that, Denon had first-hand knowledge of both situations and knew the full context. It was especially disappointing to see him participate in funneling members from my community. These conversations were also happening openly in public channels with Silent Bell's server, meaning they were visible to her. Despite that, I never saw any effort to discourage the behavior, stop members from recruiting from my community, or address the misinformation being shared. The screenshots below are taken from public channels in Silent Bell's server. They show members from my community openly discussing they were brought there by either Denon or Sausage. And now, King's words in green. Before that, I'm going to list the reasons that each member was banned, not to air out their dirty laundry, but because I have been constantly berated regarding many of these bans. Usually I am upfront about this type of stuff, but because of the drama that was going on behind the scenes, I was unable to share. I banned Starflower, as he had a tendency to leave and rejoin over and over again, each time requiring us to re-add his roles and set his level back to what it is initially was. This would also cause members to worry, and they would come to me to ask if he was fine. After the 5th time, I was told by a mutual friend that Starflower is not rejoining, quote, not rejoining because the issue with Denon Timbo Sausage, end quote. So to avoid future conflict of Starflower rejoining and starting drama, I banned. Flowy we left because there was a separate server that also funneled members, but those members were at one point making threats about our staff, so we gave the option to everyone in both servers, leave or get removed, as there's no way to know who's going around inviting members and who isn't. Flowy also, Floywe, capital Flowye, also had a tendency to leave and rejoin, and each time we would welcome them back with open arms, but it gets tiring after a while. After finding out that Sausage Timbo were funneling members, I banned them too. That reason is pretty self-explanatory. After finding out they were banned, Miniking and Sky Miku, Miniking, capital Mining, and Sky Miku, capital SKY, capital MIKU, were causing drama in our general chat, demanding I say why they addressed it. They continued to persist, and Mini King left on his own at first, then rejoined via an alternative account that I recognized, so I banned both his accounts. Are you going to see Spider-Man Brand New Day? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows, Ruben? Who knows? So yeah, Sky Miku continued to persist as well, and he too was banned. Jellycat randomly announced his departure from Star's server, which was fine, but when he began telling his friends to speak to him in the other server, I banned him. It felt as though he was making a stand, and that drama was not one I had energy for. To be completely honest, a lot of this felt very parasocial to me, which I stated repeatedly. None of them were initially involved until they decided to insert themselves and stir up conflict. I don't know what was said to them in private, but I know that they had came to their own conclusions and have since been bothering us as a result. What throws me off guard is some of the blatant lies, whether it's to fit in or victimize themselves. It's odd to question my walk with Christ when they themselves are acting Christ-like. I despise the word, that word. Some members stated that they were banned, and when in reality they just left the server on their own accord. Some say that they got into arguments with me when our past experiences were nothing but kind. Many of them I didn't even know had issues with me, as we spoke daily and I would check up on them often, being met with what felt like joy at the time. Now, below are some screenshots regarding some reasons for being banned, instances of members being funneled, extraction, at the request of Bell's staff, and shady remarks that once again lead to members making assumptions. Look at this! There you have it! Unbelievable. There was much more than just this small snippet. As shown here, Mini King attempted to evade his ban and continue causing problems afterward. Look! Starmill Flower! Didn't help me guide me to Bell's server. I feel so blessed. Oh, really? Oh, really, Jack Wagons? You really had the audacity to make this big call. Why? Denon and Sausage funneling members like Starflower and Renkaya. Oh my. Uh-huh. Now you tell me. You tell me. Oh yeah, I remember this absolute wonderful different server. We won't talk about it. LMAO, oh, laughing his ass off, huh? Oh really? Look who's laughing now, and it's not me. And look, Sappy, hello there. It's nice to meet all of you lovelies. Hello. A little birdie sent me here to say hi. Babu! Spycat, we're all in a new server. You want more answers from more people. Denon wants you to join, but it's up to you. Sappy and Walmart are also active members of our server who got funneled over. Same with Spycat, who is now funneling on Denon's behalf. Oh, look! They just went over to the dark side! This is Star Wars! What you're about to read below are chats from a separate Discord server involving several funneled members as well as moderators from Silent Bell's server. In these conversations, they gossip about and speak negatively regarding my moderators, myself, and my community, while also discussing coordinating actions involving our server. Then having connections with many of our members lead to a lot of gossip going around in private. This felt unfair, as we have done our best to remain private regarding all matters. Meanwhile, community members were being fed one side of a story. And those are Jelly Star's words. Starflower says, unfortunately, Star allows this corruption to happen in her community. Wrong. You only got one side of the story because you judged her before you know what happened, including you, Sky Miku and Denon. We can see your posts. We can see it. Are you kidding me? Oh, see, I'm the opposite. My problems with him are on Discord and acting like a tyrant. It's the word that describes him from what I experienced in total with him. Really, Jack Wagon? If being a tyrant means being quick to remove anyone that causes harm to the community, its members, or my girlfriend, then I guess I am a tyrant. I've never once banned someone for no reason. Most of the time it stems from someone being disrespectful to another member, people arguing theology in a disrespectful manner, or someone flirted with Star. All valid reasons. and all being enforced the same way since we started this whole journey. I have told people repeatedly, I would rather have a Discord community of 10 loving members rather than 10,000 chaotic jerks, says King. And he's right. He said this. Look, and look. Take your time to read. Oh my. The only thing I don't see the kindness of Jesus anymore is because they don't want to admit it. And they don't want to say it's not our fault, it's someone's fault. So you pass. Unbelievable. Yeah, my technical difficulties on a problem high note. So yeah, there you go. Still, I'm not ending the live stream if you want to know. If people are wondering I'm ending the live stream, I'm not. It's not over until I say it's over, so I'm almost done. Yeah, I like cheese pizza, Alex. Look at this. Do I dare raise hell? Well, someone did. No, God is not telling you to disrespect people you do not know and to gossip behind their backs, says King. You call us godless while behaving like this. I cannot share certain screenshots in respect of a member who showed me them, but there are statements that show that Timbo wanting to retaliate and purposely hurt our staff community. Is that your idea of kindness of Jesus? I have made mistakes as well, but I don't go out of my way to antagonize others and cause them to sin. You cannot agitate a fellow brother, push them to frustration, then say, that's not Christ-like. Once again, I despise this saying. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can you imagine it? Imagine that. Unbelievable. Timbo, also known as Shinobel, now Jelly's words, was banned from my server after we began collecting evidence of members. Again, with the happening of, so yeah, like I said, it's not over. I'm sorry, I got technical difficulties. Usually, I never thought I'd see problems when it comes to Wi-Fi, but when it comes to the PS5 or Xbox Series XS, it's not a problem. Let me read. As a precaution and because of his close involvement, Denim and Sausage already left my server, but was still funneling members. We felt it was necessary to remove him. These conversations weren't about making peace or healing both sides of the story. Instead, they became a place to speak negatively about my community, my moderators, and myself, while encouraging even more hostility with comments like, do I dare raise hell? Mini King was later banned for talking back to the administrator, acting rudely, and ignoring mods, telling him to drop the topic. When asked why his friends got banned, we could not disclose the reason, as it would bring to light the events that were happening behind the scenes. And look at that. You can read it right here. Unbelievable. Timbo and Shino Bell's cousin was banned after promoting Silent Bell's server through Minecraft in our Minecraft channel, which Timbo also had access to. As a precaution, we felt it was necessary to remove him to help prevent more members from being pulled from our community with the more extraction again and again and again and again and again. For those that know Nim, now this is King's words, you know he's a sweetheart. I personally know for that nothing has occurred between Starflower and Nim, so this comment comes from a place of hate, and to be left unchecked was wrong. Also ironic, hashtag, or should I say, quote, they know things we don't. I trust the mods and King. They know things we don't. So I'm just saying it because I want you guys to be safe. Really. Before you go, questionnaire. If you're reading this for the first time, I encourage you to form your own opinion. Instead of telling what you think, I'd like to leave you with a few thought-provoking questions to consider. 1. At what point does inspiration or referencing become copying? 2. Would you feel valued as a friend if someone mainly reached out for advice, feedback, or help but rarely took the time to ask about you? 3. Is it appropriate to preach against lust on the same platform where your past, not safe for work content is still publicly accessible and could potentially be a stumbling block to others? In other words, skeletons in your closet because you didn't take that down? Really? 4, if someone agrees to move on privately but the same pattern continues, what conclusion would you make? 5, what responsibility does a creator have when members of their community repeatedly target another creator or do so shady things? Number 6, if this happens to your own original work, how would you feel? Bonus questions. Is growing a platform worth damaging a relationship with another believer? Do you believe my decision to finally speak publicly was justified after multiple private attempts? Final thoughts. And this is what Jelly Stara says in her own words. Honestly, staying quiet about this for months while carrying everything behind the scenes and still showing up on a stream with a smile on my face has been exhausting. Having people making assumptions about me and my community because of the public comments and vague posts was incredibly frustrating. I chose not to respond publicly for a long time because I didn't want to add more drama to the already divided Christian VTubing community. However, I'm done letting my kindness to be mistaken for weakness, and I'm done allowing my boundaries to be ignored. This document wasn't made out of hate or revenge. It was made to share my side, provide context, and let the evidence speak for itself. And now King's words in green. We just got away from the situation with Star and her family. That took a massive toll on both of us, and finally living on our own, we were excited to navigate life together. Having to deal with this daily has taken so much of our free time. It's easy to be upset and at any side involved, but how will that help? Help us build each community up, revolving around love and compassion, and see how God's light shines from the heart of it all. To Silent Bell, greetings. I'm writing this to you, Silent Bell, as one sister in Christ to another. My hope is that we can both learn and grow from everything that's happened. None of us are perfect, and I know I'm not either. But I do believe God uses situations like this to reveal what's in our hearts and to shape us more in our image of Christ. My prayer is that we both leave this behind having learned something with more humility, wisdom, and love for others than we had before. One thing I believe we both need to remember is that our platforms aren't ours, They belong to God. Likes, views, and followers come and go, but our character and how we treat people matter much more. I truly hope moving forward you'll respect other creators' boundaries, give credit where it's due, and be mindful of how your actions can affect others. The Bible also tells us, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility content others more significant than yourselves. Philippians chapter 2, verse 3. My prayer is that we both continue to grow, be more like Christ, and be humble enough to accept correction when we need it. As Jesus said, if your brother or sister sins against you, rebuke them, and if they repent, forgive them. Luke chapter 17, verse 3. I don't see you as any less, and I don't have any negative feelings toward you. I just want things to be civil so that we can both refocus on our main goal, which is spreading God's word and his love to others. Lastly, to those in your community who spread misinformation about me or choose to harass me, I encourage you to take a step back and seek the truth before repeating accusations. As Christians, we are called to speak truthfully, love one another, and judge with righteous judgment. My hope is that this document gives you the opportunity to see the full picture and encourages you to be more careful before speaking on someone's character in the future. Best regards, Jelly Stara. And now the closing. At the end of the day, I can't control what anyone chooses to believe. All I can do is present the evidence and share my experience honestly and leave the rest in God's hands. My intentions with this isn't to harm anyone or to paint a picture. This is purely to be transparent about everything that is going on so that we can all move forward and grow past these issues. Please do not send any hate to anyone involved. Every one of us are still human behind the screen, and we have feelings as well. Thank you for taking the time to read this. God bless. And last thing I will address here, hopefully, I already explained this briefly, but I want to explain it further since screenshots are now being used to try to invalidate my claim. The claim is that I intentionally copied, Silent Bell's title and thumbnail based on one screenshot. However, this isn't the case. At the time, I was using YouTube's built-in multi-testing feature, meaning I had multiple titles and thumbnails being tested at the same time. The version she happened to see was one of the title and thumbnail variations YouTube happened to serve during the test, not the final version I choose. As shown below, I was testing multiple different titles and thumbnails at the same time, including Jesus Saved Me Twice, my testimony, again and again, Jesus saved me, my testimony, I lost everything to follow Jesus, my testimony, I ran away from home to follow Jesus, my testimony. Additionally, this was a personal testimony about how Jesus saved my life and rescued me from an abusive household. Naturally, many of the titles I tested reflected that. Since I already collaborated with Yaman on my testimony video, the Christian VTuber who lost everything, I continued testing different title and thumbnail variations until I settled on one that best fit my own testimony. When Yaman had linked my testimony video underneath his collaboration video, I ultimately chose a title that complemented his video and naturally continued into my own testimony. Just to clarify, this collaboration had already been in the works for months, dating back to March 30th, 2026. And there you see Jelly Stara's YouTube channel on the posts. Right there. There it is. And that is how I see it. Yep. The whole kit and caboodle, the whole thing in a bottle is just wow. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. like I said, I am going to highlight this or I'll put it into my community post. I just need 5 minutes or less to post it on the community post. And I know that Jasmine Uchiha, I don't know if she left or not, but I promise I said I will post it on my community post because I have it. But if not, I'll be able to link the YouTube channel of Jelly Star of how she posts that document there. Yeah, it is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, you cannot make this up. You definitely can't make this up when it comes to this. This is just unbelievable. All right, I'm gonna move this. So there you have it. Oh wow. I'll tell you this. It is something. This is just beyond my imagination, and I'll never forget what just happened. It is just wow. I'll tell you one thing. I mean, it is just absolutely shocking. And uh, yeah, this is just, like I said, why she couldn't take down her content video, because I will find out. I will find out. And I promise that as a 00 agent, I will find out as a detective, because it's not going to be funny, and I will find out. Because someone should have taken down. But instead, something tells me that Silent Bell chose not to and just left skeletons in her closet. They just left skeletons in her closet because why? You can't be stupid enough to do whatsoever. And for that, it just happened. And it's just unbelievable. You cannot make this stuff up, I'll give you that. So anyways, what do you guys think of this entire live? Hate it when it happens again. Like always. So, now, all right, I better end the live stream shortly. And I only got one more announcement, and this is part 2. Somebody mentioned about flag football. Yes. Am I going to be joining in another flag football team? I would like to say perhaps. Basketball, I will stick with it. And also more Let's Play videos, like I said, on my birthday month, like I said, I'll do something really special. And also my folks from, like I said, my folks from Southwest Idaho are moving into Southwest Utah, which I'll be glad. And you know what? I really like it over here in Southwest Utah better than what I had in Southwest Idaho, because I got nothing left back in Idaho, to be honest. I got nothing left. But the only thing I can do is wait for another 4 years to represent Team Utah. if they let me. I mean, I would love to be that way because when someone who gets left behind, it's just an empty, sick feeling. And there will be future LPs. And once I have all the characters done on WWE 2K25, I'll begin with the custom title belts, which is pretty easy for me to create, to custom create. And the same thing I do on 2K26. But like I said, 2K25, I will continue on. 2K26, that will be my last. 2K26 will be my last. And I will love nothing better than to go out in a blazing glory. Going from 2K Battlegrounds to 2K22, 2K23 to 2K24 to 2K25 to 2K26, and wow, what a way to have it end for me. Just so glad and willingly. It's just huge, amazingly huge. So I will leave a link on Jelly Star's documents, which I will do. The live stream will be fully archived. All I need is 5 minutes or less to post it on my community page on Leo's Let's Plays Alliance, and you'll see it. I will try to get a copy of the Silent Bell's side of the story, and it was not pretty. I'll give it that. Like, what the hell? It is something that I never thought I was able to see in my whole life. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell I've watched? And like, yeah, that is something I've seen it on her post. It was posted on Twitter, and to be honest, I just find it shockingly, and like that is completely, But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Yes, I'll be playing pickleball this year. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And tell me, what do you guys think of my live stream community, of what you see of the second half of Jelly Star's Google document of her experience with Silent Bell? Mash that like button and or share this video. And also, before anyone asks, am I bringing back a premiere videos of Summer at Paradise Apartments? The answer is yes, I'm bringing that back. Plus, there will be another Let's Play in the near future once Summer at Paradise Apartments is over, because I've recorded all the videos. All 15 videos have been recorded. All I need to do is just upload them and they're ready. Plus, to finish up the comic strip thumbnails. Why? Because I'm not the same as I used to be back then. I'm now the different guy. And now, like, those people, when it comes to Japanese anime characters, is how, like, you turn from this to that around. As your main owner and founder of this entire channel, who likes to yeet in the chat, yeet in the commentary, yeet on a video premiere, yeet on a live stream, day and night, in and out, you name it, you got it, for I'm main event Leo Wolverine, who likes peanut butter and chocolate and or breakfast for dinner. For I am that guy. Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember to fight with honor, love, truth, and justice. May our Lord and our personal Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you always, for he's the way, the truth, and the life, that no man comes unto the Father but through him. For he's the only way, for there's no other way, to be honest. No other way. Friendship is magic for everyone. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day and or night. And it really means that much to me for those who came into this live stream. And I got one more thing to say before I end the live stream is this. Yeet! Woo!